had like 2 photo shoots.
Hey,
Working and grinding. I got to also catch up with some of my friends, Gotta work hard and play hard.
Actually, work hard and play harder.
Yeah. Whichever. I just do both.
She's
How was your week?
My week was excellent. We've just started working with a software development company in Kenya, and they're all, youth, young, empowered, intelligent, young Kenyans, and it's such a great experience to be part of. Other than that, we've just been grinding as always.
Out here hustling,
doing the damn thing. But for real though, let's tell you guys a little bit about ourselves. So I'll let the beautiful Sonia start.
Okay. For most of you guys, you know me as Sonia Pinto. I'm an entrepreneur, a model. I do digital marketing. I'm an influencer as well. I've done so much. I acted as well, had a YouTube channel as well. What else can I say? Can I just keep going?
She's done it all.
I've done it all, and I'm happy to be here with you. Happy to have this conversation with you, Elmi, as well. Do you want to tell them a little something?
A little song. Okay, so some of you might know me from my podcast, Elmi Speaks. My name is Elmi Dahir. I am technically a doctor, but I have decided to move on to youth empowerment in Kenya and helping my brothers and fellow brethren in Nairobi and Kenya at large to be able to succeed, But other than that, I am also an entrepreneur. I own another business with my friends, and I also run 1111. So, not fun. Stay in school. Don't be an entrepreneur.
No, do what you love. Period.
We'll see about that. You come back to me later. For real though, on today's episode,
we had a topic that we wanted to discuss and just talk to you guys about. Do you want to tell them what the topic is about?
Our topic this week is what we wish we knew when we left high school. What did you learn about high school? What did you learn about your friends? Tell us.
High school was such a different time.
It was something.
It was something. I remember I was in Brayside.
We went to the same school.
We were in the same school actually, same year.
Yeah.
And leaving. I remember when I left, my version of leaving was leaving the last exam I had. And I was so done. I think it was environmental management, and I was like, I'm done with high school.
I'm over with these people.
And it was a great time, but at the same time it was pretty sad because we lost a fellow student.
Yeah, we lost my very good friend Robert. This episode is actually dedicated to Robert. May your soul rest in peace. One of the most, soft-spoken, intelligent, respectful young minds we ever got, in contact with. And illness is a really sad thing, especially when you're so young. And you have your whole life ahead of you, and you had, you just finished high school, it was on the week of our last exam.
Yeah, I remember.
And that was a huge blow to everyone.
Yeah, it was a lot of most emotions because we were happy that we
were finishing, but then
at the same time. It was so weird because remember Miss Kambulu walked in with the students?
Those are our head teachers.
They're our head teachers, and they came and were like, why are you
here? We want to go turn off, what the hell? And they delivered the news, and it was very what do you do with yourself, in such a situation? And I think it was also very impactful for us to have gone through that experience so young. One thing that we never were told, and this is the first one, is that you're never told how to deal with loss. No one ever talks to you about that. In the same way that we expect to know that you shouldn't do drugs and you need to do your taxes on time and all that kind of stuff. We never taught how to deal with grief and remorse.
That's true.
And those feelings of remorse that you never did what you could, and those hard things. What do you think?
That was heavy.
I'm so sorry that we put you through that, guys.
Well, for me, the second, I remember we had the prom, high school prom, and that was the last time I actually saw everybody together. And just to know that everybody was gonna go like their
separate
ways, it was so hard to deal with, because you can imagine you've bonded with people,
you've grown with
them, and you didn't like realize that you wouldn't actually see them after.
Just on the same point Sonia is making, we were in school and I remember teachers would always say, "You'll never see your classmate ever."
Yeah, and we'll be like, "No."
And we were like, "Nah, I'm meeting them." Like, what are you on about? You will never see them.
Never.
Forget.
Yeah.
Make those memories now while you can, you know, and make them last, as Sonia saying.
Exactly.
You need them. Like, trust. We even didn't see each other till 2018.
Till 2018, and that was
like 2012.
And you flew out, and most people flew out.
Yeah, most of us all left the country, and it was just like this huge gap in terms of where the people we were with were. You wouldn't even know who they are. And when you leave high school, it's a whole new ball game.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going to do after high school, because you don't know where you're going to start. I knew I wanted to do journalism, but I didn't know where I wanted to go.
And what direction would your career take?
Exactly.
You know? Like, at that time, second point of what we wish we knew when we left high school was that we didn't have enough career or guidance counseling at all in terms of where, you know, like your life should be heading. What subjects do you need to take in A-levels? All those things, you know, like, we kind of winged it.
Did you do A-levels?
I did my A-levels before I started med school. Not fun. It's actually harder than med school, so.
Really?
Not fun. Another thing they never tell you when you leave high school is that A-level is bad. It's not fun.
I think you just waste your time.
Yeah, it is honestly a waste of time, because you could just be at uni, but you're here wasting your time.
That's what I did. I went straight to college.
You're like, F this.
I'm done with high school. I got my grades. I was like, Mom, this is what I was able to achieve.
To get, you know.
Let go. I'm leaving.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I left Braeside. I found myself in college, and I was super grateful for that.
Actually, Sonia mentioned a really good point before, when you said how, you know, like, we grew up too fast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Number 3, if you're counting, or 4, I'm not sure.
That's why I don't like doing points, because I know I'll forget somewhere. That's why
I was trying to be structured, and I was like, let's really do this the right way. But no.
Yeah.
It was like, no. So you were saying?
Yeah, you kind of grow up too fast. Well, I saw my friends grow up so quick, like people settling down, people getting pregnant. I don't know, like people actually like doing what they said that they'd be doing. People actually, making great strides out there. I was very impressed. We lost a few people along the way, but like everybody who's been able to hustle and just do you and be consistent, like this is a shout out for me to you. Like
actually, from us to you, we're watching you grind and we're proud of you.
Keep doing it. No one really told us how to grow up, especially in this generation. It's hard. Like our parents will never understand what we're going through. So let's do us to our best abilities.
And you cannot be apologetic for being who you are.
Never.
And that's another thing as well. I feel like what I was not told when leaving high school was you're gonna be your own person. And you need to really just own it. Like, you know, if you don't take control of exactly, responsibility of how you appear and who you are and all those all those kind of things, like it's insane. I remember on the same point, my mom when I was younger growing up, she'd always be like, show me your friends and I'll show you
who you are.
And I know there's a lot of people right there right now, you Twitter fingers writing on the keyboard in the message in the comment section, I see you. But for real, I just think it's very true. You become a product of your environment. So I just feel like as a young kid getting out of high school, I would be told that, but I wouldn't listen because you're like, ah, you old person, what do you know?
Yeah, what do you
Like,
know?
times have changed, you know?
Times have changed. Times are constantly changing.
Yeah,
Even
forever changing.
my brother, like, he's in a different generation than what I am in. Like, I was describing this through, like, music, something very simple. We listen to, like,
very different
music. Like, it's very crazy. And they also have to deal with other problems for their generation.
Yeah,
things that we
weren't
don't even...
there for us. You know, like, these societal pressures to look a certain way, carry yourself a certain way, wear certain clothes, and all these expectations that were not as existent when the internet was still so new, when social media was still growing.
Yeah.
I remember when we signed up to Facebook in year 8, when we were like year 7, sorry, when it just came out.
Yeah, and you had to lie your age.
Yeah, you had to lie. You had to say you were 18, but really you're a 12-year-old kid in Nairobi, Kenya, trying to stalk your friends.
You have taken me back.
Right?
Yeah.
But you know, it is life.
It is life, and you just have to make the best out of it.
It is what it is, and I feel another thing is when you're in school, you're not told to accept the way things happen. You have this plan in your head. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna graduate, you know, high school, start, you know, college.
Yeah, things never go the way you expect them to.
And you have to be willing to change with them.
That's true.
Because if you don't, you'll be selling out your dreams and you'll be selling out your stuff.
Because life happens, you never know. You know, something might happen
with you or without you.
That might change your whole life, your whole obstacle of doing things. Like you might, let's say you get pregnant, then you decide to keep it. That's altered something else, you know, and it's changed. So you have to be able to like change.
You need
adjust.
to adjust and adapt your plan to your current situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just solidifies that fact that, you know, we need to be constantly okay with the plan, you know, that the universe or the entity you believe in. For me, it's God. You know, like the plan God has for you and what you have, you know, like what He has in store for you, whatever. And if you know, like put yourself in those, in just the thoughts that there is a plan for me, there is something that's happening.
That's true.
And things are happening, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, you know.
Yeah.
It's
life. It's unpredictable, guys, and you just have to, you know, take it like any task that comes your way. Just make sure you're able to hit it like head first.
Exactly. Just do the best you possibly can do.
Yeah. And small steps. You know, I always tell people like baby steps. You know, when people look at small steps, it's not actual steps, but in the long run, it makes like a huge impact. Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, just if you can take anything away from this video, it's really just for you to be the best version of yourself.
Definitely. Yeah.
The best version of yourself. Be the most. Be the most.
Sorry. We have to put that in.
But for real, honestly guys, we're having way too much fun.
No,
but honestly, we want you to be able to understand where we are coming from. In terms of, we've been there, we've done that, and we have lessons to teach you.
That's true.
Every week you can join us, or you can comment on the comment section below.
Comment, like, share.
Subscribe, tell someone about us. But really, like, just let them, you know, let us know what you want to hear about. This week it was what we wish we knew about high school.
About leaving.
We might do another video where we top up this list, but really it was just what we could remember the most important things about leaving high school for us.
Yeah.
In terms of what because we went to the same school and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, that's true. The milestones that people had to go through and are still going through. Well, we just wanted to give you guys like positive impact.
And a nice entertaining video, not too heavy in the first episode, so you just get to know who we are, like our different personalities and, you know, the kind of things we're into. And also just get to know us a little better. You can follow Sonia on Instagram at...
Yes, at _Sonia Pinto, Twitter Sonia Pinto, Snapchat Sonia Pinto, everything Sonia Pinto.
And you can follow me at Elmi Dahir, ELMIDAHIR. You want to play that again? Oh, okay. Good, you got it? Great. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on Tea Time Talk
Yes.
on Tuesdays.
Oh, sorry, I missed